India News Hour, India's voice to the world with me, Deepika, coming up in the next 1 hour. Prime Minister Narendra Modi to address the nation at 5 p.m. IST on Sunday. India's Commerce Minister Piyush Goyal to visit United States on the 22nd of September to take forward trade deal talks. White House issues clarification to its new H-1B visa policy, says new fee applicable for fresh applications, not for existing holders. US President Donald Trump issues stern warning to Afghanistan, says bad things going to happen if Bagram Air Base not returned. Good evening to all the viewers joining us at this evening broadcast. To begin with the latest and the biggest, Prime Minister Narendra Modi will address the nation at 5 p.m. IST on Sunday. However, there is no official word on the subject of his address in the evening. Well, you can watch the speech live on DD India at 5 p.m. IST. So stay tuned to get all the live updates and the address of Prime Minister Narendra Modi to the nation on DD India. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will visit Arunachal Pradesh and Tripura on the 22nd of September. During his day-long visit to the northeastern states, Prime Minister Modi will lay the foundation stone of multiple development projects in Arunachal Pradesh. Harnessing the vast hydroelectric potential and promoting sustainable energy generation in the region, Prime Minister Modi will lay the foundation stone of two major hydropower projects in Itanagar. Now, both the hydroelectric projects will be developed in the Siom sub-basin of Arunachal Pradesh. Prime Minister Modi will also lay the foundation stone of a state-of-the-art convention centre at Tawang. The centre will serve as a landmark facility to host national and international conferences, cultural festivals and exhibitions. Prime Minister will also launch multiple key infrastructure projects catering to various sectors including connectivity, health, fire safety, working women hostels, among others. Prime Minister Modi will also interact with local taxpayers, traders and industry representatives to discuss the impact of the recent GST rate rationalization. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will later pay a visit to the northeastern state of Tripura. In line with his commitment to promote and preserve the spiritual and cultural heritage of India, Prime Minister Narendra Modi will inaugurate the development work of Mata Tripura Sundari Temple Complex at Matabadi. It is one of the ancient 51 Shakti Peeths located in Udaipur town of Gomati district in Tripura. The project will play a significant role in boosting tourism, creating employment and business opportunities, and leading to overall socio-economic development of the region. Empowering the youth of India has been a key priority for Prime Minister Narendra Modi. From overhauling the educational policy to visionary reforms like Startup India, Skill India, and opportunities in the creative economy, India's youth power is seen as a critical stakeholder in future of the nation. Here's a report.
India is driven by youth power. Prime Minister Narendra Modi recognized this untapped potential early and gave a new direction to the nation's youth. In the past 11 years, reforms and programs by the Modi government have empowered the youth at every level and in every sector. Skill India created new opportunities. Startup India gave new wings. National education policy expanded the horizon of learning, and Digital India ushered in global competitiveness. Education and skill development has witnessed revolutionary changes in India. National education policy has connected students to coding, AI, robotics, and out-of-the-box thinking. Skill India has imparted necessary skills to millions of youth and made them ready for jobs and self-employment. Over 1.6 crore youth have been trained in diverse skill sets. India's foray into the world of innovation and technology is today led by the dynamic startups. Indian youth is transitioning from being a job seeker to a job creator. There are over 150,000 startups in India today. These dynamic startups have created over 17 lakh jobs. Startup India has elevated India to the third largest startup ecosystem in the world.
We had been exploring drones much before, but the moment of clarity and conviction came in 2022, when our Prime Minister Modi ji spoke about his dream of making India the global drone hub by 2030. That inspiration gave birth to our company Drone Anatomy. We formally structured the company, raised investments and availed startup schemes, and began to scale with confidence. What truly enabled this journey was the ecosystem that had been built.
Phone, camera and internet have become the new tools of creativity and employment for the youth. Rise of orange economy or creative economy, where thousands of youngsters are gaining global recognition through YouTube, gaming and podcasting. Today, India is home to 2 to 2.5 million active digital creators. Special incubation centers have been created to promote digital talent in the AVGC sector. Platforms like Wave Summit connected India's digital talent to the world.
भारत सरकार द्वारा $1 अरब के
Government of India has introduced a $1 billion fund to help content creators with the right hardware, training and skill development so that content creators of today and future can take it up as a mainstream profession.
एक प्रोफेशन के रूप में देख पाएं.
Today, youth of India is playing an active role in nation building. They are equal stakeholders in its development journey. They have the tools, technology and the training to take India to its rightful place in the world.
Marking the beginning of Durga Puja and Navratri celebrations, Mahalaya, also known as Mahalaya Amavasya, is being celebrated across India today. Now, this day marks the end of the Pitru Paksh period when Hindus pay homage to their ancestors and mark the beginning of the homecoming of goddess Durga. It signifies the transition from honouring ancestors to the festive period leading up to Durga Puja. Now, one of the most significant rituals associated with Mahalaya is the painting of the eyes of goddess Durga, which officially kick-starts the 9-day-long Durga Puja rituals. Prime Minister Narendra Modi on Sunday wished the nation on the occasion of Mahalaya. Taking to X, Prime Minister Narendra Modi said, and I quote him here, "Wishing you all Shubho Mahalaya. As the sacred days of Durga Puja draw near, may our lives be filled with light and purpose. May the divine blessings of Ma Durga bring unwavering strength, lasting joy and wonderful health." Unquote. A high-level delegation led by Commerce and Industry Minister Piyush Goyal will visit the United States on the 22nd of September to hold discussions on India-US trade deal. The delegation aims to advance ongoing trade negotiations and work towards the early conclusion of a mutually beneficial trade agreement between the two countries. The discussions are expected to be focused on strengthening bilateral ties, investment and economic cooperation across all sectors, including trade. During the last visit of the team of officials from the Office of United States Trade Representative to India on the 16th of September, positive discussions were held on various aspects of the trade deal, and it was decided to intensify the efforts in this regard. India's space economy is taking off, targeting $44 billion by the year 2033, driven by startups, bold FDI reforms, state policies and a 1,000 crore rupees VC funding powering innovation and exports. DD India's Taposh Bhattacharya has got more in this report. Take a look.
India's space economy is entering its most ambitious phase yet. Today, it stands at $8.4 billion, just 2% of the global share. But by 2033, the target is at $44 billion industry with 11 billion coming from exports and a global market share up by 8%. The real engine of this growth? India's private sector. Nearly 350 startups are already innovating in satellites, launch services and cutting-edge space technologies. To power this shift, the government has opened the skies wider than ever before, allowing 100% foreign direct investment in satellite components, 74% in satellite manufacturing and 49% in launch vehicles and spaceports. This policy is designed to bring in global investors, technology and collaborations. Backing this bold vision is the 1,000 crore venture capital fund under the InSpace, aimed at supporting startups across every stage of development. Similar to the space-focused VC funds in UK, Italy, Japan and Saudi Arabia, India's fund places innovation at the heart of its strategy. And this push isn't limited to the center alone. States like Tamil Nadu, Gujarat, Karnataka and Maharashtra are drafting dedicated space policies to attract industries and investments, creating regional hubs for India's space economy. From government reforms to private entrepreneurship, from state policies to global partnership, India's space story is no longer just about reaching the stars. It's about building an economy that thrives on innovation, exports, and limitless possibilities.
International Day of Peace is observed every year on the 21st of September, a day dedicated to strengthening the ideals of peace across the nation. India, with its civilizational ethos of Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, which is the world is one family, has always played a leading role in the global quest for peace.
From the days of the non-aligned movement to today's multilateral diplomacy, India has consistently championed dialogue over confrontation. In global crisis, from the Ukraine conflict to the humanitarian tragedy in Gaza, New Delhi has stood firm on the principle that peace cannot be achieved through violence, but only through dialogue and diplomacy. The world's largest democracy is also one of the largest contributor of troops to United Nations peacekeeping missions. Over 2 lakh Indian soldiers have served in UN operations across the globe. In 2007, India created history by deploying the world's first all-women contingent of police officers to Liberia, a symbol of empowerment and peacekeeping combined. Even today, over 5,000 blue helmets from India serve in various countries around the globe. Under Prime Minister Narendra Modi's leadership, India's role in shaping a peaceful world has only grown stronger. From calling for cessation of hostilities in Ukraine to delivering humanitarian aid in conflict zones to emphasizing dialogue in Gaza, India has emerged as a voice of reason, balance and compassion. This spirit was reflected in the New Delhi G20 declaration, where India brought together divergent voices on the Ukraine issue and emphasized the part of diplomacy. On this International Day of Peace, India's message resonates with Mahatma Gandhi's timeless philosophy of non-violence, that peace is not merely the absence of war, but the presence of justice, compassion and humanity. As the world grapples with conflicts and crisis, India continues to stand as a beacon of peace, reminding humanity that dialogue, cooperation and mutual respect are the only way forward for global peace and prosperity. Akshay Dongre's report for DD India.
And now let's take a look at other stories making news around the world in brief. In Germany, winemakers are seeing a climate-driven shift. Warmer weather has boosted vineyards near Berlin. Workers declare Italian and Spanish winemaking superiority is finally over as German wine is boosted by warming climate. But challenges remain as extreme weather leads to drought rising while sales struggle against cheaper global rivals. The 23rd Kunming International Flower Expo began in Kunming, China, drawing over 500 enterprises from around the world. The 3-day event features flowers, coffee, tropical plants and small berries, highlighting Yunnan's rich agricultural offerings. France is the guest of honor this year, with companies like Morel Flowers showcasing new varieties that blooms for over 100 days. Thousands of families in Vietnam's Mekong Delta are celebrating Senidolta, an occasion to honor and express gratitude to their ancestors this year in new homes. The initiative has provided secure housing for families in multiple districts, bringing comfort and stability ahead of the festival. Local authorities have also offered gifts and organized cultural activities, marking the Senidolta a time of both tradition and renewed hope for the community. Rwanda is set to make history as the first African nation to host the Cycling World Championships, welcoming 5,000 cyclists and 20,000 spectators on Sunday. The event is part of Rwanda's push to reshape its global image through major sporting investments. Many view it as a step towards greater international visibility. The event has sparked curiosity, also raising concerns over traffic disruptions in Rwanda's capital, Kigali. Time to take a short break, but still to come on the other side. One killed and several injured in a shooting at the Sky Meadow Country Club in Nashua, New Hampshire. Anti-corruption rally turns violent in Manila. And up next, we'll get you more details on how educational policy will play a pivotal role in addressing critical challenges faced by the students' community.
Geopolitics and trade deals. Economic challenges amid development. Hard work and the path to prosperity. It's the economy, always. Between walkers, money is what money does and says. Supply creates its own demand. Between the bulls pulls and bears tears. When supply chains globalization and India rises to the podium. We'll get you centered with the Economic Brief at 8 p.m. every Thursday on DD India.
Welcome back after that short break. You're watching DD India News Hour. Well, amid the confusion and panic caused by the new proclamation for H-1B visa, the White House has issued an official clarification on Saturday. In a social media post, White House press secretary clarified that the $100,000 fee will be a one-time payment imposed only on new applicants. She further wrote, those who already hold H-1B visas and are currently outside of the country right now will not be charged $100,000 to re-enter. Well, H-1B visa holders can leave and re-enter the country to the same extent as they normally would, whatever ability they have to do that is not impacted by Friday's proclamation. White House Press Secretary also stated that the new rule applies only to new visas and not the renewals and not current visa holders as well. And she further said that it will first apply in the next upcoming lottery cycle. So the executive order, which is likely to face legal challenges, comes into force on Sunday at 12:01 a.m. US Eastern Time. And India's Ministry of External Affairs in a statement said that this measure is likely to have humanitarian consequences by way of the disruption caused for families. The official spokesperson in a statement said the government has seen reports related to the proposed restrictions on the US H-1B visa program. The full implications of the measure are being studied by all concerned, including the Indian industry, which has already put out an initial analysis clarifying some perceptions related to the H-1B program. Industry in both India and the US have a stake in innovation and creativity and can be expected to consult on the best path forward. Now, skill, talent, mobility and exchanges have contributed enormously to technology development, innovation, economic growth, competitiveness and wealth creation in the United States and India. Policymakers will therefore assess recent steps taking into account mutual benefits that also include strong people-to-people ties between the two countries. Now, this measure is likely to have humanitarian consequences by way of the disruption caused for the families. Government hopes that these disruptions can be addressed suitably by the US authorities. US President Donald Trump threatened Afghanistan if it does not give back control of the Bagram air base to the United States. Trump, in a social media post, demanded that Afghanistan return the control of Bagram air base to Washington, warning Taliban government that bad things are going to happen if they did not comply with his demand.
We won't talk about that, but we're talking now to Afghanistan, and we want it back, and we want it back soon, right away. And if they don't do it, you're going to find out what I'm going to do.
Trump has repeatedly indicated that he would have kept control of the airbase given its strategic importance near the border between Afghanistan and China. A few days ago, during his visit to London, Trump stated that the US is trying to regain control of the airbase used by American forces following the attacks of the 11th September 2001. He told the reporters that he was speaking with Afghanistan about it. Bagram Air Base is currently under the control of the Taliban government after the US troops withdrew from Afghanistan in 2021. Now, one person was killed and several others injured in a shooting at the Sky Meadow County Club in Nashua, New Hampshire on Saturday. Police confirmed that multiple shots were fired and detained a person of interest at the scene. Authorities later clarified that there was one shooter, correcting initial reports that two suspects had fled. Officials assured that there was no further threat to the public there. An anti-corruption rally in the Philippine capital turned violent as protesters clashed with the police on Sunday. Demonstrators hurled stones and set tires on fire after being blocked from reaching the presidential palace. A loud blast resembling a flashbang was heard near security forces during the unrest. Police later arrested several protesters involved in the violence. The rally was sparked by allegations of mismanagement in flood control projects, despite billions spent since 2022. Flooding during the monsoon season has fueled growing public anger over corruption. The protest also coincided with the anniversary of martial law declared in the year 1972 by Ferdinand Marcos Sr. Moving on, Union Education Minister Dharmendra Pradhan addressed the Think India Dakshin Part Conference, outlining how the national educational policy is reshaping India's educational landscape. The policy is designed to move beyond mark-based learning and integrate skill into the curriculum. India has nearly 30 crore former students and 4 crore currently in higher education, with socio-economic factors often diverting many into skill centres or the workforce. NEP seeks to support almost 10 crore youngsters within this age group. The minister highlighted the role of multilingual learning in strengthening cultural roots and enhancing its abilities. Innovation and startups since 2020, he noted, are enabling the students to become job creators instead of job seekers.
To achieve the target of Vikasit Bharat by 2047, by next 2 decades, in each and every recommendation of NEP is very fundamental and very clarity of the recommendation we have to implement in toto national education policy.
Moving on, the mortal remains of beloved Assamese singer Zubeen Garg arrived in Assam early morning on Sunday. Thousands of fans in Guwahati joined a solemn procession honouring the music icon, whose remains are to be kept in the Arjun Bhogeshwar Parua Sports Complex for public tribute. Thousands have also gathered outside his home to pay their last respects. Zubeen Garg was a beloved cultural icon, known for being a multi-instrumentalist, and was regarded as one of the most influential musicians in Assam. And to get you more on this, I'm joined by DD India correspondent Shubina Roy from Dibrugarh, Assam. Good evening, Shubina. Tell us how the procession is moving forward there.
Right, Deepika, the state of Assam is in complete shock with the untimely demise of the cultural icon of Northeast, Zubeen Garg. The untimely demise of this young singer has put the whole state in a shock, and the state's mourning has been declared for 3 days. His mortal remains was bought today morning at 7 a.m. at the Lokpriya Gopinath Bordaloy Airport from Singapore via Delhi, and then his mortal remains were last rites were paid at the airport itself, and then his mortal remains were brought back to the Kahiliapara, his residence, where it took around more than 7 hours to reach his residence, because more than lakhs of people had gathered, fans, admirers, to just have a glance of their favorite singer, Deepika. And now his body has been brought to the Sarju Sarai Stadium, where his immortal remains will be kept for today, and today throughout the night, and for tomorrow as well, as fans and his admirers wish to see him for the last time. And today evening, 3 of the cabinet ministers of the Assam government will consult with his wife, Garima Saikia, and his host of relatives and his close ones about on the decision of his cremation. So the decision is yet to be taken when exactly the cremation of Zubeen Garg will happen. But the visuals which the GD India is showing is from Dibrugarh. You can see the visual, the people, fans thronging, they are paying the floral tributes to Zubeen Garg, because he was a man of hearts. He was a man who lived for the people of Assam. And in every thought, his emotion, there was a reflection, a love for the people of Assam. Now, why people love Zubeen Garg, Deepika? Because because of his social attachment with the people of Assam. Recently, today, I read in the newspaper that he helped a child abuse sexual victim till the last day of his death. And then he also helped many dwarf artists from the Assam film industry through stage programs. And then he had opened an NGO, Kolaguru Artist Foundation, which helped the flood-affected victims, gave donations to the needy, the differently able children. He was also associated with a blind school in Guwahati. So he has done innumerable social work for the people of Assam, for which he has gone immortal, and he has touched the hearts of the people of Assam. And not just he is the favorite for Assamese people, but he is also favorite across nations. And his father was a government servant, due to which he had lived across different parts of Assam, starting from Borak Valley to Tamulpur to Golaghat and then Guwahati. So people across communities, be it the Bengali community, be it the Nepali community, across all he has sung in more than 38,000 songs and in more than 40 dialects, Deepika. So that's a huge number, for a singer to sing in more than 40 dialects, be it Adi, Boro in Arunachal or Khasi or Assamese, Karbi. So he was a cultural icon, a filmmaker who has earned laurels for, he brought back the Assam film industry to life when it was at its lowest with his blockbuster movie Hiya Diya Niya. And then he made a fantastic movie in Bollywood with his Ya Ali, which had earned a lot of Filmfare awards and brought him a lot of laurels. Also, the youngsters from the 90s, resonate so much with them that in their heartbreaks or their emotions would resonate through Zubeen's song, be it Jaane Kya Jaane Man or the Subah Subah precious song, if you remember, Deepika.
Okay, all right. Thank you so much, Shubina. And that is why all the more reason that Zubeen was famously known as Zubeen Da. Thank you so much, Shubina, for joining us and getting us the latest on the unexpected and untimely demise of Zubeen Garg. We're heading for a short break, but still to come on the other side. After the break, we'll get you the latest from Busan International Film Festival.
Complex issues, hidden agendas, twists and turns, strategic games. We think all dots are linked. We just need to connect them. Join me every week as I connect the dots to unravel hidden designs in statecraft, mysteries, and decode issues that matter to you. Watch Connecting the Dots with me at these times on DD India.
Welcome back after that short break. You're watching DD India News Hour. Time to quickly recap top headlines of the hour. Prime Minister Narendra Modi to address the nation at 5 p.m. IST today. White House issues clarification to its new H-1B visa policy, says new fee applicable for fresh applications, not for existing holders. US President Donald Trump issues stern warning to Afghanistan, says bad things going to happen if Bagram Air Base not returned. The Border Votes Wives Welfare Association is celebrating its silver jubilee. DD India correspondent Nandita Dagar caught up with the president of the association and the Bollywood actress Nimrat Kaur, who was the chief guest at the function.
Nimrat Kaur, who is an acclaimed actress, not just in films but also international TV serials. She's an apt guest because her father, the late Major Bhupinder Singh Ji, was martyred in action by the terrorists, and he laid down his life while he was serving with the Border Roads organization.
Having lost Papa on the battlefront while he was serving in the Border Roads was probably one of the toughest things one has been through. But to be here, one feels so grateful to be back in the army family as if we never were gone. And for his memory to be immortalized in the way that it has been back in Srinagar, in the Beacon headquarters, where a memorial has been created, for his story to never die. It feels really special to be here and just partake in this, and life feels like it's come back a full circle.
For the last 25 years, we have been involved in making housing facilities, primary education facilities, medical facilities available to all our officers' wives, subordinate staff and their families. Not only we have got our service personnel, we also have with us what is called the casual paid labor. Yes. So we have a lot of labor families and their children with us. And as you understand, they are working in very, very difficult work sites. So our aim is to, provide them basic comforts at those work sites. We give them, we try to give them camp facilities, and in the camp facilities we go there. Yes, we have to look after their little children because the mothers and the fathers, both of them sometimes are working on our work sites. So we have made small primary schools at various locations, and our primary schools are doing rather well, and in fact they are very popular in the locations where far out locations, much sought after.
And now it's time to get you all the latest from the ongoing Busan International Film Festival. India's creative economy is set to shine at Asia's prestigious Busan International Film Festival in South Korea. Showcasing its strongest ever lineup of films, India is also represented for the first time by a ministerial delegation led by Minister of State Dr. L. Murugan. At the Asian Contents and Film Market, the Bharat Pavilion was inaugurated on Saturday. The Bharat Pavilion Waves Bazaar was inaugurated on the 20th of September at the Asian Contents and Film Market, held alongside the 30th Busan International Film Festival in Korea. Organised by NFTC under the Ministry of Information and Broadcasting with the Embassy of India, the pavilion highlighted India's media and entertainment sector, fostering global collaborations in film, TV, gaming and creative technologies. Attended by international dignitaries, the pavilion will remain open till the 23rd of September, spotlighting emerging Indian storytellers and connecting Indian cinema with global markets. Actress and director Tanishtha Chatterjee's film Full Plate is making waves at the Busan International Film Festival. She was also honoured at the festival as an emerging filmmaker. Speaking exclusively to DD India, Tanishtha and lead actor Sharib Hashmi applauded the growing global presence of the Indian cinema. Take a listen.
The Busan Film Festival, and this time India is participating with its strongest ever lineup. We have with us Tanishtha Chatterjee, director of film Full Plate, and we have Sharib Hashmi with us, joining us for DD India. Tanishtha, tell us about the film. It has seen great reviews from critics, from audience. How does it feel to participate with your film as part of Indian film at the Busan?
It is very special because making Full Plate has been a huge grit and a battle, both from the film front as well as on the personal front. But by the end of it, we are here with full house screenings with my team. Kirti was also here yesterday and she left. Sharib is here today and my producers are also here. And the icing on the cake is we won the Visionary Director Award last night. So yeah, it can't get better than that. So I'm feeling very excited and very happy. Very happy to be here.
So you belong to this new independent filmmakers, the age of filmmakers. We're creating this fresh breath, fresh air to this Indian film industry. What do you think about that? And the latest trend in content creation which India is emerging. We are participating here at the Film Bazaar, every other at the Cannes Film Market. What do you have to say about that?
I think, it is a great time for young creative people to come together and create new things. And like you mentioned before, that yes, the screen might be small, but the subjects and the content is becoming bigger. So when you tell stories which people want to watch or they relate to, it doesn't matter whether you have big stars or you have actors or you made it on a smaller budget, whatever it is, it'll connect to people. It's the power of the story, and I think that's very important. And I think in today's world, because our young audience is also exposed to a lot of different things because of the internet, they're also connecting to real stories, and it's a great time for storytellers.
Sharif, what do you have to say about it? Recently we have a historic, wave summit in Mumbai, and the kind of participation now India is seeing at various film markets and various film festivals. You've been part of a lot of film festivals. How do you think India's participation and the recent push which has been given by the government?
It's great. It's great to say the least, and I'm really glad that the government is really, taking steps towards that. And the kind of exposure Indian cinema is getting right now is amazing, and I'm glad to be a part of it. So yeah, hats off to everybody who's involved in doing this.
Reporting for DD India, Jaya Sinha with camera person Shiva from Busan Film Festival.
And now let's go straight across to South Korea, where Jaya Sinha joins us live. Good evening from India, Jaya. From Waves Film Bazaar to the Full Plate, tell us how India is headlining at the Busan International Film Festival, Jaya.
Definitely, India is shining really bright at Busan International Film Festival because this time we are here with the most powerful lineup of more than 10 films which are being showcased in various segments at Busan International Film Festival. It's 30th year of BIF this year, and they have gone competitive this time. And in the competition section also, we have one Indian film which has made the cut. We have National Award winning director Neela Madhav Panda's film film Spying Stars in the competitive section. So we are all of us are rooting for that film. Then we have in the Asian Market Project, there also a lot of independent filmmakers have got their participation. Then there's National Film Archives of India, which has restored Guru Dutt's classics, which are also being uploaded on the Project Market. So there are a lot of independent filmmakers which are making their presence felt at Busan International Film Festival. I would also like to tell you there's this time a high-level delegation which is happening for the first time for BIF, a very high-level delegation under the leadership of Minister of State Information and Broadcasting, Mr. L. Murugan, is participating in BIF this time, and we look forward to major MOUs and more stronger partnership with Korea, India and Korea, which are being eyeing at this time. And right now I'm here at the Bharat Parv venue right now here in Busan, where tomorrow are very, very big celebrations of Indian cinema, Indian culture, Indian cuisine is being planned here at Bharat Parv. Tomorrow there's a very strong lineup, if I tell you. Today we saw a very good panel discussion leading from India, led that panel discussion where we talked about India and Korea, how India and Korea can collaborate, can have more co-productions, how India and Korea can have stronger cinematic and cultural ties. There was a great panel discussion where senior panelists from Indian government and a Korean side participated. And tomorrow there'll be a very impressive lineup. We have a meeting with Korean Film Council, to explore potential areas of collaboration in supporting respective film industries, in distribution, overseas expansion, film policies, and also there's a roundtable with Busan Film Commission. The theme is India's creative economy and co-production and collaboration and incentives. We have just seen how Indian government is going and promoting Indian content, Indian films, and how Indian films can reach the markets around the world. So that's the main objective, that we have a very strong presence at Busan International Film Festival.
All right. Thank you so much, Jaya, for joining us and getting us the latest straight from South Korea on Busan International Film Festival. You're watching the India News Hour, and now it's time to get you all the latest from the world of sports. Well, Bangladesh defeated Sri Lanka by 4 wickets in the first Super 4 match of the Asia Cup in Dubai on Saturday. Put into bat, Sri Lanka scored 168 for 7, with Dasun Shanaka's unbeaten 64 being the highlight of their innings, despite some fine bowling by Mustafizur Rahman and Mahidi Hassan. Opener Saif Hassan and Tawheed Hridoy hit half-centuries as Bangladesh chased down the total in 19.5 overs. Hassan struck 61 off 45 balls, while Tawheed hit 58 off 37 deliveries to help Bangladesh win. In between, crucial cameos from Liton Das and Shamim Hussain kept the scoreboard moving, guiding Bangladesh to a well-earned and convincing victory. The highly anticipated rematch between India and Pakistan in the men's T20 Asia Cup is just around the corner. The Super 4 clash will take place at Dubai International Cricket Stadium today at 8 p.m. according to Indian Standard Time. Abhishek Mahajan sends us this report straight from Dubai on the preview. Take a look.
The iconic India-Pakistan rivalry is set to resume in the Super 4 stage of the Asia Cup at the Dubai International Stadium on Sunday. However, much of the spotlight has been on events off the field, particularly involving match referee Andy Pycroft. But he will once again serve as the match referee in the India-Pakistan game. Despite the noise, Indian captain Surya Kumar Yadav reiterated that his teams remain fully focused on the game.
I feel our preparations have been really good leading into the tournament, and we had 3 good games also. So we are actually focusing on what we can do best, and as I said on the toss as well, that we want to follow all the good habits which we've been doing in the last 2-3 games, and we'll take one game at a time.
He downplayed any suggestion that India holds an edge after beating Pakistan earlier in the tournament. The Indians were comfortable with experimenting in their final group stage game and came out victorious even as Oman ran them close, with some positives in players getting game time out in the middle.
I think focus was always on the game in all the 3 games which we played. It was never changed from that. And I feel, I think everyone has got enough time in the middle with the ball, with the bat, going into Super 4s. And I'm sure two other teams who are also coming from other group will also be pumped up, and we are also excited to play them.
While Pakistan have made it through to the Super 4s, there are major causes for concern with their batting. They have failed to fire so far.
All right, so it's a big one. Once again, India taking on Pakistan in the first match of the Super 4 encounter. Stakes are higher, pressure is greater, and another thriller is on the cards. With cameraman Kumar Datta, this is Abhishek Mahajan in Dubai for DD India.
There in Dubai, and now let's go across to them to get you the latest on the upcoming high voltage clash. Mukesh Shukla and Abhishek Mahajan both joins us. Mukesh, how are you looking at the super encounter, especially at the Super 4 stage again between India and Pakistan?
Match will witness in this Super 4 match, India versus Pakistan. Again, Pakistan feel pressure because PCB chairman is already there and he is consistently in touch with the team because they don't want any new creation or any new hype in this match. So we have to see this match. When match will start, team is already in my left side. They are leaving for the Dubai International Stadium. So the Super 4 match is also very important for the both teams, where India unbeaten in the group stage, as well as now they are facing in the second time with Pakistan. So we have to see closely how the match will go. Abhishek is with me also. Abhishek already cover all the league matches and group matches. Abhishek, do you think that again the pressure mount on the Pakistan team?
Oh yes, absolutely, Mukesh. And build up to the game has been chaotic for Pakistan, and it has been a very smooth ride for the Indian team. They have won all their league games. Pakistan and India game, I think there was no match between India and Pakistan in the first game. There was a huge gulf between both the teams. But yes, off-the-field issues have been lingering for Pakistan. I mean, it has been difficult for Pakistan to concentrate on their game also, because we are also getting to know that there would be sanctions on the Pakistan cricket team because whatever has conspired, whatever has happened in the last few days for Pakistan, and you forget. I mean, that has not come to the limelight, that they came late in the UAE game. But they are filming at the PMO, which is Players and Match Officials area. It wasn't allowed at all. And they had all hue and cry was around Andy Pycroft. And Andy Pycroft is actually officiating in India versus Pakistan game, today's game. So yes, build up to the game for Pakistan has been very chaotic. But yes, on paper, India are overwhelming favourites. And they made few changes. They also reject the batting order in the last game, if we saw. So there would be two changes in the playing 11, looks like, because Jasprit Bumrah will come back for sure, and also Varun Chakravarti. And Dubai wicket is also different from Abu Dhabi. So Varun Chakravarti, Kuldeep Yadav, Akshar Patel will be the three spinners, and then Jasprit Bumrah will be there, and Hardik Pandya. So yes, if India bat first again, so anything around 170, 180 would be difficult for Pakistan. And if Pakistan bat first, India will try to restrict them to 140, 150.
So see, Deepika, because in the first match we already saw 125, the total Pakistan already made it, and the batting of the Abhishek Sharma, how he start with the first ball, start 4, and then again the second ball, Shaheen Afridi, he scored 6 runs. So he already shown his aggression towards the big temperament and the big team. So we'll watch both batting SKY and Surya Kumar Yadav and Hardik Pandya. We have to watch all of them also. So today match, I think it would be a good match and good entertainment match for the spectator for the Dubai.
And India is already riding on a lot of confidence, remaining unbeaten so far at the league stage. Thank you so much, Mukesh and Abhishek, for joining us straight from Dubai and getting us the latest on the much-awaited match between India and Pakistan scheduled for today evening. On to skating now. India skater Anand Kumar Velkumar continued his stellar run at the Speed Skating World Championships in China by winning the gold medal in 42 kilometers marathon speed skating event. The Indian edged past Kevin Lenis despite the Colombian coming into the final as the favourite. Earlier at this championship, Anand Kumar won a bronze medal in men's 500-meter sprint, which was soon followed by a gold medal in men's 1,000-meter sprint. On to soccer now. Liverpool held off a spirited Everton fight back to claim a 2-1 Premier League victory in a tense Merseyside derby at Anfield on Saturday. With this victory, Liverpool kept their flawless Premier League start intact. Arne Slotslide established early control when Ryan Gravenberch's clever lofted finish from Mohamed Salah's pass, but Liverpool ahead after 10 minutes was witnessed. Gravenberch in turn provided just before the half hour when he played on Hugo to beat Everton keeper Jordan Pickford with a low shot. Everton improved as the game went on, pulling a goal back after 58 minutes when Jack Grealish's cross found Iliman Ndiaye at the far post. And that's all for this edition of DD India News Hour, but do let us know your thoughts on the news of the day. For those on the go, you can get all the latest news and updates from India and across the world on the DD India mobile app. The app is available on both Android and iOS platforms. Scan the QR code on the screen to download it right now. We'll be back with more news as it breaks here on DD India. I'm Deepika, and from all of us here in New Delhi, thank you so much for watching DD India News Hour. Namaskar.